シャノンは怖くないの？この家はなんだか厳しそう。
全然あなたが怖いと思うから怖くなってしまうだけ。
じゃあ楽しいと思ったら楽しくなる。
だからここでも笑顔で頑張ろう。
シャノンは福音の家からの唯一の友人だった。
Okay, for some reason this Clairvaux lady very much resembles a lot of Beatrice, and I'm sure that's on purpose. Like at least in the face. I don't know if she actually is, but just by her facial expressions that we've seen so far, we haven't seen a whole lot of expressions from her. Oh, I won't deny. So. Yeah, but she does that. She does that look. That's a very Beato thing.
彼女がいつも励ましてくれたからだ。なら、ここでも彼女と一緒に頑張れるだろう。
さあ、早く寝支度をし。私は明日からすぐにお仕事だけれど。
そう。私はみんなと違って六軒島で泊まるときは学校の支度をして船着き場で
お嬢様。元気そうな人だった。仲良くなれるといいね。
私、学校は怖いよ。
福音の家での生活に慣れていた我にとっては、しかし、慣れるまでは全てが新しく、そして不安なのだった。
My new life in Rokenjima probably deserves an explanation. It was completely different from the comfortable yet stagnant life I'd lived at the Fukuin house. In addition to the time spent as a servant to the Ishirame family on Rokenjima, I also traveled to the elementary school in Nijima on school days. It was the start of a time that was both rushed and busy, with hardly a moment to relax. Unlike the time I spent at the Fukuin house, I didn't get to sleep in the same bed every day. Half of the week I slept in the servant waiting room of the Rokenjima mansion. I would return from school with Milady, go to the mansion, and work there as a servant. I would then stay the night and go to school with Milady again the next day. When I didn't have work, I would return to the dormitory on Nijima, where I could have some time to myself in the room that I was assigned to. There was an adult dorm mother who strictly controlled mealtimes and lights out, but I was already used to that sort of life, so it wasn't hard for me. The rooms were slightly larger than average and housed 3 people each. However, either because of the number of people or some lucky chance, I was not given a 3-person room. With Shannon by my side, I felt like I'd be able to manage well enough.
福音の家から毎年何人かの使用人が入れ替わりでやってきていました。
あれに関しては親父殿が先方と決めて勝手にやっていたことだからね。私たちには何も口出しできなかった。
The rest of us weren't allowed to meddle. Because he was trying to fucking wander his child into the family.
そして社会へ羽ばたいていくのを応援するのが止める後宮家の社会への義務と思っていましたから。
どんな子たちが後宮家へ来ていたのかしら。
きっと貧困法、真面目で良い子で可愛い子たちさ。
ギラギラとしたハイエナみたいな子が多かった。
上昇志向が強く身寄りのない気の毒な子たちだ。貴重な機会を踏み台に自分の人生を必ず掴み取ってやろうという気概にあふれ。
みんな学校生活と使用人生活。
それは大変だ。ほとんど働けやしない。
学校に通いながら働く子などあの子以前には全然。
正直最初の挨拶の時に明らかに幼かった。他の子たちは16歳から18歳くらいなのだが。
Looked around 10 years younger, yeah?
10歳は
Maybe around like, I don't know, closer to 9 years old? In the year of 76?
福音の家から来る若すぎる使用人はそもそも使用人としての腕前はあまり期待。
そうだな。やはり大人の年季の入った使用人たちに比べると。
それが未就学の子を受け入れるな。家事はおろか社会勉強どころか義務教育もまだでは。お父様にどんなお考えがあったのか存じませんが
明らかにおかしいと
I
思いま
wonder
した。
why.
親父殿には申し上げ、せめて中学を出るまでは福音の家で学ばせるべきではないかとね。
そうしたら
He
金
said,
蔵はなんて
fuck you.
決まってるさ。こう答える。おお、ベアトリーチェ。
当時はもうすっかりオカルトかぶれの書斎のもに余計なことを言えば我が思考の旅の邪魔をするなど怒鳴られる。
お父様のお決めになること。しかしあの子についてだけは。
福音の家にも問い合わせた。そしたら源氏さんに聞いたら親方様に聞いてくれという。
親方様に聞いたらベアトリーチェという。
真実は誰にもわからないのね。
島に子供はジェシカしかい。使用人たちはよく娘と遊んでくれたようだが、学校だけでなく家でも遊べる友人。
ジェシカを不憫に思いお父様が気を利かせた。しかしそれなら私たちにも相談していただきたいとは思いませんか。
Yeah, it had nothing to do with your kid. He doesn't give two shits about your kid. He doesn't give two shits about your lineage.
娘の友人には誰がふさわしいかは私たちも。
おっかな
夏日は公演デビューが苦手そうだ。
源氏の配慮と見るべきだろうな。
でしょうね。源氏さんはその世界の私がおじい様の血を引くと知っていて、特別な配慮をして六軒島に呼び寄せたのでしょう。
体調はもう大丈夫な。
いろいろとショックがもうめまいくらいしか。
この世界では次期当主。しかし世界が違えばお前の難儀な運命。
全くです。知ったことを後悔はしませんが、今からでも忘れら。
Shut it.
面白いじゃない。使用人なのに実は当主のまるで童話のようにロマンティックな。
ロマンティック。母さんの気持ちを考えると複雑です。
夏日にとってこの世界のリオンは育てろと押し、そしてそれを拒絶した世界で夏日にとっては自分の腹を痛めたジェシカの方が何百倍も可愛いわ。自分の血の入らぬ赤ん坊なんて汚らわしくて
Okay, not true.
高い大仏の皮袋と
The fact that she's an incestuous baby, then it's a bit more. Then you're a bit more on the mark. But just because it doesn't share your blood, which technically, okay, I mean technically in Nazi's sense it wouldn't share blood. In Krause's sense, technically, Leon here would share a bit of his blood, unfortunately. Anyway.
言葉を選べ。
Oh my God, Will, please, I would love to see that.
ありがとうビル。大体話は見えます。
I would love to see Will just fucking pinch Burns' ass.
だからこそ私は母さんに一層感謝しなくてはなら
Yeah,
ない。
sure.
この年になるまでこんなにも公平に育て。
奇跡的な確率だけれどね。
Hey, oh please, Will, please, Will, please.
自分の血が入らないライオンとかもそうでしょ。
源氏はおそらくこう考
Damn
え
it.
た。
Will, you're supposed to give her the pinch.
この世界のリオンは正しい血統を持つ後ろ宮家の人間だ。なんとか六軒島で生活させてやりたかった。
I just want to look at something, just out of morbid curiosity. All right, just out of morbius curiosity, I want to see something. All right, don't worry about it. 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 See, I see you worrying about it. All right, I see you over there. You're worrying about it. And that's unfortunate. You should stop that. You should not be worrying about it. I don't know why you're worrying about it. You should really quit that shit. Why would you ever fucking worry about it? Look at this motherfucker over here worrying about it. Okay. My search proved fruitless. I will not... I totally forgot what I was gonna say anyway.
しかしいきなり連れてきてこの子がそうですというわけにはいかなかったわけだ。
True.
でしょうね。島で生活させてなじませ木を見て打ち明けるつもりだったのでしょうか。
しかしこの世界のリオンは特別扱いを受けていたわけではないな。 現に銀の指輪は存在しない。
Alright. Somehow Badler does something. Somehow Badler does something.
おじい様のお耳には入れなかったということでしょうか。
源氏にとっての打ち明けるべきタイミングがとうとう訪れなかったということかもしれね
いつの日にか愛しきベアトリーチェの血を引きし忘れがたみが生きている。しかしそれを伝えるのは容易なことではなかった。
どうして容易じゃないんだろう。
バカね。夏日が知ったら大変。
ああ、そうか。リオンが突然現れたらジェシカが次期当主じゃなくなっちゃう。
Strictly speaking, Jessica wasn't the successor, but since she'd be able to select the future successor, it all came to the same thing.
それは知れば知るほどに容易ならざる物語。
Yeah, no shit.
我の生まれを祝福する者。源氏はそれを明かす日を静かに待つ。
それは源氏の胸だけに秘められたもん。
リオンも金蔵も夏日もクラウスもジェシカも誰もみんな知らない物語。
かくしてこの奇妙な物語は1976年より我こそは我にし、なぜに運命は書くにも我らを捨て置いて自由気まま
People
身
only
勝手に進む
shut
の
it.
か。
People only found the young servant strange for the first month. Not seeing Krause's protest came to naught. After all, there was no actual harm in it, so why not indulge Kinzo's whim? Eventually, everyone grew accustomed and began to accept this slightly abnormal everyday life.
しかしいつもそばにいて同じ待遇であるべきと思っている。
Uh-huh.
彼らは明らかに自分たちとは違う我の扱いに日々の小さな不満を蓄積させていったのだった。
サーチお疲れ。今日はどうだった？今日奥様の機嫌マジで窓枠なぞられた。ただっち掃除遅いって絞ら。マジどうしろと。
All the kids in the Fukuin house are supposed to treat each other as family. Because of this, everyone hides their original names and uses their new blessed names. Maybe because the character is in the word Fukuin. That character is almost always combined with at least one character from the child's original name to make their new name. Still, just giving a person a new name doesn't mean they'll accept it so easily. Boys and girls who have lived in isolation and through various trials sometimes feel as though their real first and last names are a bond that's worth holding on to. So most of the Fukuin children hate their names, calling each other by their nicknames based on their original names. Of course, that's only done privately. When in the presence of the house director or other important people, only the blessed names are used. On the job, the blessed names are used. And off the job, informal nicknames are used. Everyone's very used to living with two names like this, so they're all comfortable with how the system works.
シャワー浴びてきない。つうか部屋狭いよ。お屋敷広すぎんのに量はけっちりすぎ。ねえガラシさん、なんでヤスだけは三人部屋じゃないわけですか？
Yasu. Yasu. Yasu? Yasu. 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 I don't fucking know. By Yasu, they probably meant me. I can't remember my parents at all since they were gone as far back as my memory goes. I was given the last name Yasuda. Okay. And apparently my nickname comes from that.
知らないわよ。部屋の割り振りは源氏様が決めてんだもの。私だって納得いかないわ。ですよね。普通22にしますよね。つうかさ、ヤスって何者なの？お嬢様と学校通うのが仕事みたいなもんだ。語学友ってやつ？さっぱりだわ。
Of course, on days when I am given work, I return to the mansion right after school and work alongside all the others. I help out with caring for the garden, cleaning up the mansion. I can't do any jobs of my own, so I'm always just helping out. Maybe because I'm young, the adult servants are always kind to me. My fellow Fukuin servants don't seem too happy about that, though.
熊沢さんって明らかにヤスにだけ甘いよね。というか孫か何かと勘違いしてるよ。あれ絶対。
これで同じ給料もらってるとかマジあり。意味わかんない。 あんたに学校あるのは分かってるけど、一応は使用人なんだからね。いつまでもお手伝い感覚じゃなくて、早く一人前。私たちいつまでもあんたにだけ甘くないからね。
I've been trying my best. However, I'm not very strong yet, so I can't carry heavy things. Can't carry a lot of things either. Can't fold clothes right. Not good at using a dustpan. Bro. Come on. I just can't do it as well as everyone else. Now I feel like you're just making excuses. Like, I can't carry, heavy things or, like, a lot of things. Like, yeah, no, I understand that. But it's like, I can't fold clothes right. I can't work a dustpan. Like, bro, that's... Come on. How long you been working this job? You figure out how to work a goddamn dustpan. Come on. How long you been working this job? Like, I can understand first day on the job. I'm not accustomed to sweeping. I've never really swept much before. And how's this dustpan shit work? Okay. First day on the job. I've never really folded clothes before. I don't really know how this shit works. I get that. How long you been working here, bud? You ain't know how to fold clothes? You ain't know how to use a dustpan? Come on. I spotted Shannon, who was watching from the sidelines and not joining in. Shannon's my only ally. Unlike me, she can do everything well. However, she'll never pamper me. She'll show me how things are done, but she'll never steal my jobs from me. She really is incredible. Is Shannon real? This character who we believe to be Kanon. Whoever this child is. Like, obviously, if they're closely intertwined with Shannon, it would make sense. I really want to be like Shannon as soon as I can. She never talks behind people's backs. No one talks behind her back. Yeah, is she not real? In the sense that no one sees her there? Right. It's one of those things where, like, he constantly interacts with her, but everyone's just like, who? Well, who is he talking to? Like, no one talks behind her back because she's not real. Is it one of those kind of things? She's kind of like this perfect person, right? That this child here has envisioned, right? She's kind and she gets along with everyone. I want to be like her. And she's always kindly watching over my efforts to become like her. Uh-huh. Why did I end up here?
わからない。
Though I'd just been muttering to the ceiling, Shannon gave me an honest answer.
神様のおぼし飯だとしか言えないよね。
Alright, chill, Drake. Is this another test from God?
あなたを立派な人間に育てるための試練だと思う。
Into a wonderful human being who commits deadly murder.
だってあなたは
What
選
do I
ばれ
mean
た
deadly murder?
特別な人だも
All
の。
murder is deadly. Quite fatal, actually. Am I special?
特別だよ。だって他はみんな大きい人ばかりなのに、幼い中からあなただけが特別に選ばれた。
Why am I the only one who's little? I can't do any jobs by myself. Everyone complains that I'm just there to play with Milady. And yet Madam made it clear that I am not to think of Milady as a friend or speak to her in a casual manner.
あなたはみんなよりということは、みんなと同じ新しく来る人たちよりずっと仕事のできる人になっているという源氏様にも認められて、あなたは新しく福音の家から来る人たちに、そしてきっとみんなに尊敬されるわ。その頃にはきっと奥様にも認められて、親方様や旦那様にも認められるようになってるよ。それがあなたの未来。
You mean like the ugly duckling becoming a swan?
そうかもしれないね。
What? No, you think you got the balls to become a swan? Bitch, you wish.
だってあなたが後宮家の使用人に選ばれたのは
ひょっとすると後ろ宮家の血筋を引く誰かの隠し子かもしれない
What?
ね。
That's crazy, Shannon. Easy now. Shannon laughed, saying, wouldn't that be cool? And then you'd be super rich too. Yeah, we see how that worked out. That didn't seem quite right to me. After all, if that was the case, why have I had to live all alone here in the Fukuin house? Because no one wants you? I mean, Shannon and people like the house director are the only ones who will play with me. Who the fuck's the house director? Who the hell's the house director? I thought the house director was like Nazi. She's like the head of the servants, right? I know Nazi ain't fucking playing with you though. Wait, is it Kumasawa? Cause that's what Lucifer over there mentioned. I mean, the Lucifer that isn't Lucifer but definitely is Lucifer. The fact that Kumasawa treats him like treats them like they're one of her grandkids. I don't have any other friends to play with. I've spent all my time by myself in my isolated room. Maybe it's because I'm frail and always sleep a lot, but it has been lonely. Oh, Genji knows everything.
君は黙して何も語らないけれど、いつも全てを最初から知っていたんじゃないのかい？19年赤ん坊を抱いた使用人が転落し、
そして崖下へ行き、まだ赤ん坊が生きていることに気づいたんじゃないの？
生きているか死ん、そのような判断は私にはできかねました。
それを判断したのは誰？
Nanjo.
どうなの？南條先生？
よろしいのですかな、私が語っても。
先生の口からお願いできるのであればお願いします。
わかりました。事故の時すぐに源氏さんから連絡が入り、秘密裏に診察するように。
秘密裏に？
どうして？
クアドリアンのベアトリーチェさんも、そしてその子供である赤ん坊も戸籍のない存在しないはずの人間でした。公になればいろいろとまずいこともあるでしょうな。
赤ん坊に戸籍を与える準備は進めておりましたが、その時点ではまだ死なれてはどうにも困る時期だったのです。
では落ちた使用人は単独事故の扱いに？
夏日は黙して語らない。簡単な工作さ。
でもその赤ん坊は生きてたのね。
さようです。無論大怪我でしたとも。あれだけの怪我をしてもう少し何かの角度が違う、あるいはもう少し源氏さんが運び込んでくるのが遅かったら、あらゆる奇跡が集まってその赤ん坊は生きながらえていたのです。
私は諦めていました。まさか生きているはずがないと思ったのです。
でも生きていた。
生命のなんと力強きこと。
これは運命だわ。
運命。生き延びてやがては何かをなせという運命。
It depends on what your definition of great is. If you mean great as in like with a very positive connotation, I don't know about that one, my guy.
はい。私は六軒島で生き延びさせたに違いないとそう思ったのです。
しかし源氏は赤ん坊が生きながらえたことを主人の金蔵には伝えなかった。不幸な事故で転落し死亡したと短く伝えた。金蔵は嘆き悲しんだが、その嘆きは悲しみよりも狂気に彩られたものだった。
おお、ベアト トリーチェよ、なぜに再び我が元より逃げ去るのか。
今度こそ過ちを繰り返すまいと誓ったのに、なぜに。
源氏は尊敬する主人のことをただ一つだけ信じていないことがあった。
He did not want the master to fuck the kid again. You know what, Genji? Appreciate you. You're a real one. Good looking out.
それはベアトリーチェの孫を果たして本当に家族として迎え入れられるのかである。源氏はクワドリアンのベアトリーチェにもその胸中についても詳しかった。彼女が金蔵の寵愛を一身に受け、父のように敬愛していた。しかしそれは金蔵のそれとは異なった。金蔵は彼女を亡きベアトリーチェへの万感の思いの慰み者にしようとした。
Yeah, remind me of that place.
その思いを
Even though I
ク
just
ワ
kind
ド
of
リア
remind
ンの
myself
ベア
of
ト
it
リ
or
ーチェ
whatever.
が受け入れきれるわけもない。彼女は父のように思い尊敬してきた金蔵自らにその思いを踏みにじられることになるのである。
Like, it was already depressing, but then you have to phrase it like that. It's just, hey, want to make it even more depressing? Let me say it like this. Oh, yeah, thanks.
自分は父のように思ってたのに、向こうは妻と思ってた。
それは思いのすれ違いが生んだ悲しい恋。
金蔵様のお気持ちもわからぬわけではありません。金蔵様とて彼女が生まれた時から亡きベアトリーチェ様の面影を移して慰み者にしようなどと思っていたわけではありません。
私もお酒を飲みながら聞かされたことはあります。
He did what now? Imagine that you're just having drinks with your friends, right? Like, imagine you're just having drinks with one of your best buds, right? And he's just like, yeah. Anyway, I'm pretty sure my daughter's like, you know, my mistress reborn. He's like, yeah, man. I mean, I definitely get the resemblance. Yeah, that's why I fucked her. And he's like, yeah, man. What?
私は笑い話と思って聞いておりましたが。
I thought he was just joking. Listen, Nanjo, my guy, my man, listen to me. I'm like, bro, my daughter, swear, she looks just like my mistress did. I swear, dude. Yeah, no, you're right, man. You're right, bro. I swear, I'm gonna tap it. You're a funny man, Kinzo. You're a funny man. Oh yeah, I'm gonna hit it. Oh, I'm gonna hit it. Yeah, Kinzo, funny guy.
育つほどに母に生き写しになる驚きを。
年を重ねるごとに抑えられなくなっていく胸の高ぶりを。
悲劇を引き起こしてしまうのではないか。
Yeah, no, Genji, good looking out, my man. Nothing but respect for you, homie. I've always had nothing but respect for Genji, but now it's just like, yeah. Like, Genji's like, yeah, no, I trust my master very much. He's always, we've always had a good working relationship. I trust him a lot. However, looking at his track record, I don't want to give him his child. Not gonna lie, I don't want to give him this child. I don't think that's a good idea. So, I think I'm just gonna not tell him about that.
私はそう思いました。
Good. Love you, Genji.
ベアトリーチェ様は苦しんでおられました。
Yeah.
しかしついにご自身の気持ちと
Yeah, that's
金蔵様の気持ちが違うことに
God.
理解が及ばなかったのです。
They keep going into detail of just how fucked up that situation was. Like, I've acknowledged it from the jump. It's fucked up. In no way, shape, or form have I ever, even attempted to condone it. They just gotta keep saying more and more, like, yeah, no, it was horrible. Here's even more reasons why it was so horrible. Here's even more reasons why it was so horrible. It's like, man, my dude, I don't need the list. I understand. Can you stop making me feel weird and awkward and uncomfortable like this?
私はベアトリーチェ様より何度も胸の内を打ち明けられ相談を受けました。
You a real one, Genji.
しかし私には申し上げられませんでした。
Yeah.
それは確かに言えないね。
父のように敬愛する人があなたを死んだ母の代用品にしようと思ってるなんて。
Yeah.
一応金蔵さんの名誉の
No,
ために
no, 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 Nanjo. There's no redeeming this one. Let me say this for the sake of Kinzo-san's honor. No. No. I don't know what you're about to say. No. Literally nothing. Nothing can fucking... What's the word I'm looking for? I don't even know what the word I'm looking for. I know there's a word for it. Nothing can justify. There we go. Nothing in any way, shape, or form can even remotely justify it. Alright, buddy? Nothing. I get it. You're looking at, he's one of your best friends. You can't just throw him under the bus like that. I get it. I do. I understand, my guy. You want to look out for your homies, but like, you gotta at some point say, hey, my homie, he fucked up big time. In a very uncondonable fashion. In no way, shape, or form can I condone that. Not, oh, for the sake of his honor. No, his honor went out the window when he decided to bone his child. I mean, honestly, let's be honest. His honor went out the window when he even began thinking about it. All right. The moment that thought crossed his mind, I was like, well, what if she's actually the reincarnation of my wife? That means I can totally fuck her, right? Like, the moment that kind of thought popped into his head, honor went out the window. There's no honor to recover here, Nanjo. None. Zero. Nilch. Nilch? Zilch. Nada. There we go. That's what I was going for.
金蔵さんも苦しんでおられた。
That's the thing. Okay? This game constantly tries to, like, cover up people's really irredeemable shit by, like, they've also suffered greatly. Like, that doesn't justify it. Listen, Keither went through a lot of shit, yet he still fucked his child. That doesn't justify shit. People try to do the same shit with Rosa, like, yeah, Rosa beats the shit out of her kid, but listen, Rosa went through some shit too. That doesn't justify it. That doesn't make me go, oh, okay, well, I guess I can be a little less harsh on it. No! 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 Doesn't justify it in the slightest. I know people are gonna be like, oh wow, well, I mean, you're like a diehard fan of Nazi. She pushed a baby off the cliff. Like, how are you gonna justify that? I don't have to justify it. I don't like you don't justify it. I can say, oh, Nazi went through some shit too. That doesn't justify it. But do I hold like her pushing the servant and the baby off the cliff as high as I hold what Kinzo and Rose have done? Nope. Those are various different things. One was straight up attempted murder, sure. Well, actually, in the case of the servant who actually did die, that was straight up murder. I hold that a bit less, honestly, than what Rosa and Kinzo have done. Because you know what? Their victims lived. Not only did their victims suffer through what they suffered through, then they had to go however long with that trauma. At least in Nazi's case, like, yeah, okay, the baby suffered greatly. True. I won't take that away from him. But in actuality, like, I'm not saying this justifies what Nazi did. She did the baby a favor because what she did got that baby separated from Kinzo. Like, I have no idea how that child grows up, what happens here, how it comes into the story. Maybe it's so much where, like, because obviously you can point to, well, look at the timeline where Nazi accepts the child. It becomes Leon, and they live this happy life and whatever. That's a 1 in a fucking, what did she say, 2.5 million chance? Like, no, that's a miracle. That's a pipe dream right there. Leon's story, that's a pipe dream. Nazi did that kid a favor, all right. Not in the short term. In the short term, she really fucked that kid up. In the long term, she did that kid a favor. That servant, though, you know, you gotta feel bad for them. But yeah, that's the thing. That I've gone on a rant, but let me just say, suffering does not excuse suffering. Your own suffering does not excuse making other people suffer. Alright? Trying to justify it like that is ridiculous. When someone does something irredeemable like that, and you say, oh, well, you know, they went through some shit in their past too, you shouldn't be so harsh on them. No, I will. No, I will. You see, I will. I absolutely will. I will acknowledge, like, you know, the two I harp on a lot right currently, Kinzo and Rosa, I'll acknowledge they straight up went through some serious shit. Absolutely. Like, I think the one character, like, Ava is like the one character that's like, she's done some questionable things, alright? But like, you can look at like what's happened to her past and you can understand how things have happened. Doesn't necessarily condone it, but her actions aren't near as, you know, irredeemable as, you know, the last few I've mentioned, you know? That's like kind of the only like situation where you can like look at her and be like, yeah, you know, going off what happened to her in the past, her current, you know, mentality and the way she acts makes a lot of sense, which would lead to her, you know, choices and decisions here and here. It makes sense. Not necessarily condoning it, but like I'm a bit, like I'm not near as harsh. Like I'm not near as harsh on Ava as I was like when we were first introduced to her, right? Anyone can agree on that. I don't nearly harp on Ava as much as I fucking did first time I saw her. I came out swinging on her, right? I mean, okay, not the first time we saw her. 'Cause the first time we saw her was at the airport, and she was just like, "Oh hey, I'm the cool aunt. Haha, I do high kicks. Hiya, ho ho." And I was like, "Oh hey, you're cool." But then she wasn't cool. But then she was kind of cool, and now she's there. I don't mind her. Anyway, this has been a long rant. Long story short, suffering doesn't justify suffering. Keep going. Oh, poor him. Oh, wow, poor him. Man, I'm sure that just really ate him up inside. Wow. I'm sure he suffered a lot because of that. Wow, you know what? Yeah, no, you know what? He was definitely a victim in this situation as well. Shut the fuck up, Nanjo. Shut your mouth. Zip it. Shut the fuck up. I knew you were about to say some stupid shit, and boy, you did not disappoint. Shut it. Zip it. Not another word. Poor him. Go fuck yourself.
金蔵は愛した。亡きベアトリーチェの忘れがたみである娘に。
Yeah, he also poured his affection into the daughter.
父として注いだ。しかし、ならばなぜに娘に母と同じ名を与えたのか。
Big true. Big true. Hey, big true. People are saying like, yeah, it's like once she started to like bear more resemblance to her mother that he really started to have these weird feelings. This clairvoyant lady is saying like, hey, if it took to that point, why was, you know, her name from the jump Beatrice? It's a bit weird, isn't it? And you're absolutely fucking right, Claire.
金蔵の罪は
Oh yeah.
彼女と引き換えのように死んだその名でそのまま金蔵はその瞬間から、彼女をベアトリーチェの生まれ変わりだと
Let him know,
決
Claire.
めて
Let
い
him
たの
know.
である。
Let him know. Talk to him. I don't know why that didn't even hit me until just now. Yeah. These motherfuckers trying to talk that bullshit. Trying to talk that bullshit. It's like, oh, it's only when she's really started looking like her mother that, you know, he really started to have these deranged thoughts. No. The moment he gave her a name, totally. I gotta watch my phrasing here. Totally ruined her life here. Totally ruined it. If she would have been like given a name like Leon, right? Never would have had the issue. Okay, I won't say never. Would have been a lot less likely. Because the name's not there. The moment you put the name and then the resemblance comes in too, that's the double-edged sword that's not double-edged. I think the double whammy is more the phrase I'm looking for. That's the double strike that's gonna fucking hit you where it hurts, alright? That name From the jump. From the jump, that means he never meant to acknowledge her as his daughter. From the jump, that's what that means. From the jump. Hoo boy. God, this has been an episode.